Okay, we'll start now. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. So in the previous class, we have started the welding process. The types of welding. Okay. So what are the types of welding? Basic types. No, it is joining process. There are two methods or the two process of joining. One is permanent joining and second is temporary joining. Under the category of permanent joining, then what are the methods? Welding, soldering, and brazing. Right? Then in case of temporary joining, one is riveting. Next, second method is screwing method. The third, nut bolt. Correct. So these three methods are comes under the category of temporary joining. Then later we have started the discussion on the welding. What is welding process? The definition of the same we have written. Then later on under the welding, again it is classified into two types. What are those two types? One is fusion welding and second is pressure welding. Very good. So in the fusion welding, does any pressure of requirement of any external pressure? In case of fusion welding, external pressure requirement aste ka? No. So there we are using filler material. Correct. But when you talk about the pressure welding, in that whether we are using filler material or there in case of pressure welding? No. So we are applying the external pressure and we are completing the welding. Right. I think up to this we have made discussion. Now we will see that the type of welding. Okay, different types of welding we have to study. Out of that, one type is arc welding. Okay. Then gas welding. Okay. So for the gas welding, we will study oxyacetylene gas welding. And next one is resistance welding. It is also known as spot welding. So these three types we will study in detail. But during our workshop practice session or the workshop practice, myself have discussed you people all the 7 divisions. We have discussed about the arc welding and the spot welding. We have shown the demonstration also. Arc welding कसे carry out करायचं किंवा spot welding कसे carry out करायचं त्याचं setup काय आहे. All these things we have discussed in detail, but with your request and with your demand. So those who want to see physically, so as you have joined physical classes, so we'll visit your workshop and there we'll see how arc welding is carried out. Okay. Or whatever some machine tool part is also there. We will see that how different operations can be performed on the lathe machine, then operations on the drilling machine. We will see whenever we'll visit our workshop, maybe today or tomorrow. So definitely you will get more clarity. But those who are attending online, if possible, if you want to come early in the morning, maybe at 9 or maybe after college hours 4 to 5. So if possible, you come and we will visit our workshop. There you can see physically how those processes are carried out, right? For the better understanding. Now please put the heading arc welding. First type of welding is arc welding. You can say it is electric arc welding. Arc welding or electric arc welding. So diagram for this audio drawn. Yes or no? So there is no response from the student who are attending online. Have you drawn this diagram or not? Diagram nahi kadli? I have told that you should draw this diagram in the one of the workshop practice second. In the workshop practice second, it was expected to draw the diagram of arc welding and the resistance welding and related theory, equipments, advantages, disadvantages, applications. I think 30 minutes we have given. Okay, long back, what content we should write for the workshop practice 1 and workshop practice second. If you are not drawn, please draw it. You can have the notes related to that. Already I have uploaded in the workshop tab. Workshop tab मध्ये मी सगळं upload केलेलं आहे. Please refer it, and diagram can be drawn for this arc welding. Okay. Now only I will explain how this arc welding is carried out. What is the process of arc welding? It is again revision. Look at the equipments or the components in this welding process. One is electrode holder. There's a one electrode holder. Then welding cables. Then there's AC or DC supply. Okay. So when there's a session on that live session, I have shown that how the range of current, voltage range, current range, depend on the thickness of the metal, we can select the current range. Correct. So what are the terminals are there? Positive terminal and negative terminal. So these cables are connected. One cable point is connected to the electrode. Okay, and second is connected to the workpiece, or you can say it is earthing. It is earthing part. Once we supply the current through this, okay, through this transformer. So when we supply the current, what will happen? So there's a one welding rod. Okay, it is flux coated welding rod. When you take this welding rod near to the workpiece, what will happen? See, the current is flowing through the both the wires. Okay, so one wire is connected to the welding electrode holder. That means definitely current is flowing through the electrode holder also, and definitely it is passing through the welding rod also. बरोबर आहे का? कारण बघा ना, इलेक्ट्रोड होल्डर मध्ये तुम्ही काय केलाय, वेल्डिंग रॉडला पकडलेलं, त्यामुळे तिथूनही करंट फ्लो होणार आहे. And second terminal is connected to the workpiece. Correct. When it current start flowing, and when you take that welding rod near to the workpiece or whatever the gap is there, दोन plates घेतले का, दोन plate तुम्हाला join करायचे. So if you take that welding rod near to that gap, so arc will be produced. बघा, तुम्ही दोन वायर जर घेतल्या एकदम जवळ नंतर बघा एकदम असं arc produce होतो, sparking होतो. So same things happening here. As the current is flowing through the both this electrode and the workpiece, so arc will be produced, and due to the arc, so heating will be carried out, and whatever the metal is there, that metal will get melted. Okay. At the same time, due to this continuous heating, the electrode, whatever the welding rod, also get melted. Welding rod also get melted. It is a consumable material. जो वेल्डिंग रॉड आहे तो काय कंज्युमेबल मटेरियल आहे. इट इज अ कंज्युमिंग कंटिन्यूअस बेसिस. So that welding rod also get melted, and so whatever the gap is there, the gap means what? Two metal pieces, those two pieces you want to join it. त्या गॅप मध्ये काय होणार, ते मेटल पीस फ्लो होणार. त्या जे काय मोल्टन मेटल आहे, that will flows in the gap, and when you keep it for solidification for the certain time, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, it will get solidifies and we get the complete welding. Okay, so during this process, as welding rod is also getting melted, it is coated with flux. So that flux will get remain over the welded part. जो काही welded part असणार आहे, जिथे तुम्ही हा molten metal flow केलेला आहे, त्याच्यावरती काय होणार आहे, फ्लक्स पण असं वरचा थर येतो बघा. हॅव यू सीन इट और नॉट? ज्या ठिकाणी वेल्डिंग केलेलं असतं बघा, त्याच्यावरती असं एक थोडासा आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो, बघितलं वेल्डिंग रॉड सर्वांनी बघितले, त्याच्यावर असा सिल्वर टाइप असा कोटिंग असते बघा. सो that is a flux. So that flux will be there on the welded part. जो काही welded portion त्याच्यावरती ते पूर्णपणे त्याचा लेयर तयार होत असतो. And what is the advantage of that layer? It will try to remove the impurities present in the molten metal. Okay, this is one. And secondly is it will try to avoid the reaction. Whatever the reaction is there, that will get stopped. Because when you expose to the atmosphere, as we know that in the atmosphere there is oxygen, nitrogen. Okay. So that will get react. Hmm? So what are the quality of the welding that you want to have the good quality? So definitely we have to put the flux layer over that welded part, so that its life will get more. Its life will get more, and we can get the required welding strength to that part. जो काही तुम्ही पार्ट जॉईन करायचं त्या पार्टला चांगली वेल्डिंग स्ट्रेंथ मिळत असते. So this way we can complete the arc welding process. Now if you look the setup, this setup looks very simple, एकदम simple वाटते. But when we start actual welding, so it is very difficult. So what that's why you can say it is a kind of a disadvantage. For completing the arc welding, compulsory trained person is required, or you can say skilled operator is required. If skilled operator is not there, then it is difficult to do the arc welding. म्हणजे तुम्ही असं म्हटलं की मी करून दाखवतो, काय अवघड येतं? असं वेल्डिंग रॉड पकडायचंय आणि दोन असं वरती जोडायचं आणि त्याला जवळ न्यायचंय, झाड नाहीच. So we have to maintain the proper gap. There should be gap of 2 mm. Okay. So whenever we do the mass production म्हणजे काय, कंटिन्युअस बेसिस ज्यावेळेस प्रोडक्शन चालू असते वेल्डिंगचं काम, त्यावेळेस आपल्याला ऑपरेटर हा स्किल लागतो, तरच ते प्रॉपर गॅप ठेवून बरोबर पटपट वेल्डिंग प्रोसेस कॅरी आउट करता येते. ओके. So definitely this skilled operator is required to complete this arc welding. So whatever the temperature reaches is around 4000 degrees Celsius. जे काय टेम्परेचर या ठिकाणी रीच होत आहे 4000 degree Celsius. So very high temperature we can get here, and according the metals will be melted and we complete the welding process. Okay, understood? This way we can do the arc welding process. फार अवघड नाही, लक्षात ठेवा, फक्त डेफिनेट त्याला प्रॅक्टिस लागते. And this welding area is very demanding area, as we know that there are so many automobile parts, automobile bodies, okay, or different tanks, etc. We do the welding process. We do the welding process only, and we join the parts. Getting? So there's a tremendous market. If you those want to do the career in the welding section or welding area, there's a tremendous market, or there's a tremendous scope for their development. Okay. So there are different types of welding, like tungsten inert gas welding, metal inert gas welding, submerged arc welding, then spot welding, or also called as resistance welding, gas welding, laser welding. So many types of weldings are there. Okay. So as an engineer, as a mechanical engineer, we should have that capacity to select the welding process depend on the types of material, thickness, and the life. All these aspects should be considered for selection of a welding process. म्हणजे वेल्डिंग प्रोसेस तुम्ही कुठली सिलेक्ट करताय असं अब्रप्टली करून चालत नसते. त्या मटेरियलची काय, जे काही तुम्ही मटेरियल सिलेक्ट केलेलं आहे त्याची ग्रेड चेक करा, त्याचं मटेरियलचं कंपोजिशन चेक करा, त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही ते वेल्डिंग प्रोसेस सिलेक्ट करायचे. डायरेक्टली आपण अब्रप्टली घेऊ शकत नाही. ओके. सो विदाउट स्टडी इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू गो फॉर द welding process selection. So this is one of the widely used method in most of the application. We use a arc welding only. We use arc welding only because arc welding, whatever the setup is there, its cost is less. You can move anywhere. This is portable setup. कुठे भी नेऊ शकता. आज वाटलं मग इथं क्लास मध्ये घेऊन यायचं ती वेल्डिंग प्रोसेस, आर्क वेल्डिंग सेटअप यू कॅन कॅरी हिअर. जे तुम्हाला पार्ट्स वेल्डिंग करायचे आहेत तुम्हाला कुठेही तुम्ही घेऊन जाऊ शकता. दिस इज वन advantage point. Okay. Then what are the applications you can highlight in the automobile industries, shipping industries, piping industries? If you want to join the pipes, जर तुम्हाला पाइप्स वगैरे जॉइन करायचे असतील, you can go for this arc welding process. Okay. So this way you can explain the arc welding process. Is it clear? Okay, write shortly 2 to 3 lines about this arc welding. Write down. When electric current is passed. When electric current is passed, an electric arc is produced between 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 electrode and workpiece. Electrode and workpiece. Electrode and workpiece. Full stop. The electrode and workpiece. The electrode and workpiece are melted by the arc. Are melted by the arc. Full stop. Both molten pieces of metal. Both molten pieces of metal. Both molten, M-O-L-T-N, molten pieces of metal becomes one. जे युनिफॉर्म म्हणतो आपण युनिफॉर्म सोल्युशन जे काय मेल्टिंग झालेलं आहे ते काय होतं युनिफॉर्म होतं. काय लिहिलं तुम्ही both molten pieces of metal becomes one. Full stop. The temperature of the arc is about the temperature of the arc is about the temperature of the arc is about 4000 degrees Celsius. 4000 degrees Celsius. Comma. Electrode used in arc welding. Electrode used in arc welding. Electrode used in arc welding are coated with flux. Are coated with flux. Are coated with flux. Full stop. This flux produces gaseous shielding. Gaseous shielding. Gaseous shielding. S-H-I-E-L-D. S-H-I-E-L-D-I-N-G. Shielding. Gaseous shielding around the molten metal. Around the molten metal. Around the molten metal. Full stop. It prevents the oxidation reaction. It prevents the oxidation reaction of molten metal. Of molten metal. It prevents the oxidation reaction it prevents the oxidation reaction of molten metal and form a slag. तर मगाशी म्हटलो एक लेयर म्हणतो त्याच्याविषयी काय म्हणतात त्याला slag म्हणतात. It is called as a slag. Form a slag, more specific word. काय लिहिलं वाटतं तुम्ही with molten metal and form slag. Full stop. This slag is deposited. This slag is deposited over the weld metal. Over the weld metal. This slag is deposited over the weld metal. Over the weld metal. Full stop. Okay, this is the required explanation for this arc welding. Now write advantages. What are the advantages of this process? Write down. Roll number 49, please. If there is no disturbance. I'm getting some disturbance. Advantages. It is portable. It is portable. It is portable. It is portable. Second, low setup cost. Low setup cost. Low setup cost. काय सांगता येईल आर्क वेल्डिंग बद्दल? It is widely used in most of the applications. It is widely used in most of the applications. It is widely used in most of the applications. Widely. जास्त वापर केला जातो. हा म्हणजे आपण म्हणू शकतो ना, as there are many welding processes, but if we compare with this if we compare this arc welding process to other types of welding, it is widely used ना, तो advantage म्हणता येईल की. See how we are writing advantage disadvantages just by taking the view of other types of arc welding processes. बाकीच्या welding process चा स्टडी करून आपण हे हा पॉइंट पुट अप करतो. गेटिंग बघा ना तुम्ही, you go anywhere in many of the fabrication shop, in many of the machine shop industries, maximum use of arc welding. पण मग दुसरं याच्या वेगळं काय लिहिता येईल का वाक्य? If you are not happy with this statement, काय लिहिता येईल वेगळं? कसं लिहिता येईल? Can you tell? ऍडव्हान्टेज मध्ये. हा ठीक आहे ना, पण अजून काय लिहिता येईल बाबा? आता मी हा जो काय वेल्डिंग आहे आर्क वेल्डिंग, हे खूप ठिकाणी वापरलं जातं. तसंच बाकीच्या स्कूलने जर केला पण हा ऍडव्हान्टेज झाला ना तो. हाय व्हेरी गुड पॉइंट. हा कुठं मग ते म्हटलं की इट इज पोर्टेबल ना. पोर्टेबल याचा अर्थ काय, कुठे बी कॅरी करता येतं. हा काय म्हटलं मग तुमचं पॉइंट? व्हेरी गुड. हा वेल्डिंग कॅन बी डन व्हेरी क्विकली. Welding can be done very quickly. Welding can be done very quickly. म्हणजे पटकन करता येते वेल्डिंग. So this is also one advantage of this arc welding. Next, disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? बघा आता हे ऍडव्हान्टेजेस वरून तुम्हाला ह्यात एक कळतंय, लक्षात ठेवा. से which welding process or which welding method where setup will be a portable setup, which welding process will be used? Arc welding. म्हणजे असा टाइपचे एमसीक्यू ते तयार करून टाकू शकतात. येते लक्षात. तर तुमचा स्टडी असला पाहिजे तर ते तुम्हाला सॉल्व्ह करायला लक्षात ठेवा. एमसीक्यू मध्ये असं काही नाही की फक्त ते बुकलेट मधलेच ते विचारले पाहिजे तुम्हाला. दे मे आस्क एनी एमसीक्यू. गेटिंग. तर यू शुड बी एबल टू आन्सर इट. थेरॉटिकली जर तुमचं परफेक्ट स्टडी असेल तर ते तुम्हाला एमसीक्यू कुठला जर विचारलं तर ते सांगता येईल, अन्यथा सांगता येणार नाही. नेक्स्ट, डिसएडवांटेजेस. Who will tell disadvantages? So those students are attending physically, they have started giving the answers. Online student एकदम निवांत शांत राहायला चालू केले, काय कळलं मला. Those who are attending online, please keep on giving response. What are the disadvantages? More waste काय हो? More specific. Waste म्हणजे काय होतं? Waste बरोबर. Skilled labor is required. One thing is skilled labor and दूसरा म्हणलेलं फॉर्म काय? It is harmful if you are not wearing the safety precautions or if you are not using the safety devices. It is harmful to our eyes. जे आपले डोळे आहेत त्या डोळ्याला त्रास होतोय. So definitely we have to wear the goggle. Getting goggle म्हणजे वेगळा अर्थ घेऊ नका त्याला. So black colored goggle. तर goggle म्हटलं तर वेगळा कुठला तर goggle. So that we have to use the goggle in order to have the safety to our eyes. Getting? Malya first point. It requires skilled operator. It requires skilled operator. Next, पुढचा काय लिहिला? It is harmful to eyes. It is harmful to the eyes. कोण नुसतं आईज कशाला म्हणताय? त्याचे स्पॉट जर आपल्या अंग पडते इट इज हजार्डस ना, असं म्हणूयात ना आपण. It is harmful to the नाही कसं लिहिता येईल आपल्याला? नुसतं इट इज हार्मफुल म्हणूया. It is harmful if you are not using the safety devices. It is harmful to the human if you are not using the safety devices. लिहा सर. It is harmful to the human in bracket if safety devices are not used. If safety devices are not used. तर गॉगल घालून निसं होणार नाही, आपल्याला खाली शूज घालावे लागतील, ऍप्रॉन घालावं लागेल. अजून काय सांगता येईल डिसएडव्हान्टेज? Okay, etc. We can write this much, no problem. Then applications of arc welding. It is used in automobile sector. It is used in automobile sector. Second, it is used in construction of steel structures. जे शेड्स वर असतात बघा इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये वगैरे, जे स्ट्रक्चर केलं असतात स्टीलचे, so that structures will be welded by using arc welding only. It is used for, or it is used in construction of steel structure. Construction of steel structures. Next, it is used for joining the pipes. It is used for joining the pipes. It is used for joining the pipes. Okay, these are the applications of a arc welding. Okay, जर म्हटलं एक्सप्लेन द आर्क वेल्डिंग, त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला त्याची डायग्राम काढता आला पाहिजे व्यवस्थित, त्याचं थोडक्यामध्ये वर्किंग प्रोसेस सांगता आला पाहिजे वर्किंगची, त्याच्यानंतर ऍडव्हान्टेजेस, डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस आणि ऍप्लिकेशन्स. ठीक आहे. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ वेल्डिंग, गॅस वेल्डिंग. प्लीज पुट द हेडिंग गॅस वेल्डिंग. रेजिस्टन्स वेल्डिंग झाले का? आपण रेजिस्टन्स कव्हर करू, नंतर मग गॅस घेऊ लास्टला. सो फर्स्ट विल कव्हर रेजिस्टन्स वेल्डिंग, देन विल लास्टली विल कव्हर द गॅस वेल्डिंग. सो द डायग्राम, give me 1 minute. हाँ, so this is the setup of a spot welding. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this type of machine you have seen in workshop. When we had a session, live session, at that time I have shown that the setup of a spot welding or resistance welding. Okay, it's a two-dimensional diagram. You can observe it. There are two. This diagram, have you completed? Have you drawn it? In workshop report, I think you are drawn. Now to have the practice, you have to draw once again in your notebook. तुमच्या नोटबुक मध्ये पण काढली पाहिजे, किंवा तुम्ही असाइनमेंटचे तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन दिले मी त्याच्यात ते लिहा. आर्क वेल्डिंग गॅस क्वेश्चन दिलाय का, ते जे काही क्वेश्चन दिले त्याप्रमाणे त्यामध्ये डायग्राम काढणं मॅन्डेटरी आहे, लक्षात ठेवा. So if you look at this resistance welding, or you can say spot welding setup, is that there are two electrodes in between the metal pieces are placed, overlapping metal plates are there. Then there's a transformer through which current is supplied. So with the help of the electrode, the pressure is applied. Getting? Now in this setup, if you compare the arc welding setup and this setup, definitely cost, which cost for which type of welding cost will be more? Setup cost. याची डेफिनेटली कॉस्ट जास्त असणार आहे, याच्यामध्ये खूप सारे पार्ट्स आहेत, त्यामुळे डेफिनेटली कॉस्ट ऑफ दिस स्पॉट वेल्डिंग विल बी मोर. as compared to the arc welding. Now in this type of welding is used rarely, not at all the time. It is used rarely. Whenever you want to join the two metal plates, those thickness may be very small. Okay, if small thickness metal pieces, if you want to join it, we use the resistance welding or a spot welding. Getting why it is called a spot? It is when we start doing the welding. Okay, so spot will be there. Okay, that is why it is named as spot welding, or it is called as a resistance welding. So these two metal pieces are overlapped over each other, and then we have to apply, we have to touch the electrodes, then send the current, supply the current through these electrodes. One will be the positive terminal, second will be negative. So current will be, it flows through the electrode, and definitely whatever the this area through which current is flowing, and the metal pieces will get heated. Okay, up to the certain stage. Okay, up to plastic stage. Then we are applying the pressure over it, and two metal plates get joined together as the external pressure is applied by using electrodes. जे काही इलेक्ट्रोड्स आहे दिसतो तुम्हाला, त्या इलेक्ट्रोडच्या माध्यमातून काय करायचं, प्रेशर अप्लाय करायचं आणि दोन मेटल पीसेस जॉइन करायचे. यू कॅन सी दॅट दिस इज अ स्पॉट. Then if I ensure that welding is completed, then we have to stop current. Then slowly we have to remove the pressure. Slowly we have to release the pressure of a electrode. Drastically pressure release करायचं नाही. Getting slowly we have to release the pressure of the electrode, and we have to take that job aside and put in the atmosphere for the cooling. Okay, we should not spray the water over it. We should keep for the cooling in the atmosphere only. बऱ्याच वेळा आपण काय करतो, कुठलंही डोकं लॉजिक न लावता वेल्डिंग झालं म्हटलं का त्या पाणी ठेवतो आपण त्याच्यावर. तसं नाही करायचं. तर त्याचं जे काही कूलिंग आहे त्याला नॅचरल कूलिंग व्हायला पाहिजे. जर नॅचरल कूलिंग झालं तर त्याला चांगली स्ट्रेंथ येते. नाहीतर जर कधी कधी आपण गडबडीमध्ये काय बघा, कधी कधी फॅब्रिक शॉपमध्ये गेला असाल तर ते जे कस्टमर बघून काय करतात, लोक पटकन वेल्डिंग करून तेव्हा पाणी मारून घेऊन जा. तसं न करता, if cooling happens slowly in the atmospheric air, then we get the good quality strength to that particular weld. जे काही वेल्डिंग केले त्याला चांगल्या प्रकारची स्ट्रेंथ मिळते. So as a technical person, you should understand, if you are carrying the spot welding, resistance welding, we should not spray water over it. ते एक टाइम म्हणजे हे करण्यासाठी केलेला मार्ग आहे, पण तो चुकीचा लक्षात ठेवा. We have to keep it in the cooled environment. We should not spray any kind of water over it. त्याच्यावरती पाणी स्प्रे करायचं नसतं. So this is the resistance welding, or you can say spot welding. आता आपल्या ह्याचं सेटअप अवेलेबल आहे, but it is under that machine is under maintenance. We have not started it, but at least you will get the idea how the parts are there, how we can press the hydraulic press and apply the pressure over the metal pieces. जे काही ओव्हरलॅपिंग मेटल पीसेस आहेत त्याच्यावरती कसं प्रेशर अप्लाय करायचं आणि कशा पद्धतीने वेल्डिंग कंप्लीट केलं जातं त्याची तुम्हाला आयडिया वर्कशॉप मध्ये गेल्यानंतर अजून जास्त जाईल. ठीक आहे. अगेन दिस वेल्डिंग इज यूज्ड इन द ऑटोमोबाईल सेक्टर. मोस्टली जे काही मेटल प्लेट्स असतात हॅव्हिंग थिकनेस 2 mm 3 mm. Okay, such plates will be available, or such parts will be available in the automobile sector, because in the automobile sector there are whatever the vehicle bodies are there, so bodies thickness are around 3 mm 2 mm 3 mm 4 mm. So this range is normally available, and there we require this kind of welding processes, resistance welding and arc welding. Okay, so right about this, in resistance welding याची पण डायग्राम तुम्ही काढली असं मी अजून करतोय. काढले का? हा.
Yes sir.
In resistance welding, the metal parts to be joined, the metal parts are to be joined. The metal parts are to be joined. In resistance welding, the metal parts are to be joined. Are to be joined. नाही, चुकते वाक्य. काय लिहिलं तुम्ही वाक्य? In resistance welding, metal parts to be joined. Metal parts to be joined. Are to be नहीं. Metal parts to be joined. Metal parts to be joined are heated. Now it is okay. Are heated to a plastic stage. To a plastic stage. And mechanical pressure is applied. And mechanical pressure is applied to complete a weld. To complete a weld. Mechanical pressure is applied to complete a weld. Next line. No filler material is added. 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 Full stop. Right. Process of spot welding. Process of spot welding. Next line. Process of spot welding. Right. In spot welding, two or more metal sheets, are held between metal electrodes. Full stop. A low voltage current is supplied. Between the electrodes. Full stop. The pressure is applied. Which squeezes SQUEEZES. Squeezes means what? Press. To press for something. काय तर तुम्हाला अचीव करायचं. Squeezes the metal together. And complete the weld. Full stop. While the pressure is still on. आता इथं प्रेशर अप्लाय करताना कसं आहे, तिथं हायड्रोलिक सिस्टम आहे. वी हॅव टू अप्लाय द प्रेशर बाय युजिंग प्रेस पेडल. दिसतंय का तुम्हाला इथं? ते एक असं खाली पेडल असतंय. त्या प्रेस पेडलला तुम्ही काय करायचं? यू हॅव टू प्रेस दॅट बटन. ओके. And we can apply the electrode pressure. जे काही electrode pressure अप्लाय करायचं, it is that pressure will be applied hydraulically. Getting? While the pressure is still on, comma, the current is shut off, shut off, SHUTOFF, shut off, during which metal regains REGAINS, regains some strength by cooling, full stop. The pressure is then released, and the work is removed, वर्क म्हणजे काय, जो काही जॉब आहे तो वर्क पीसेस, मेटल प्लेट्स, या तुम्ही मेटल प्लेट्स ज्या काय ओव्हरलॅप करून जे तुम्ही दोन्ही वेल्डिंग रॉडच्या मध्ये पकडलेत, that can be removed, that is called as work. The work is removed from the machine, okay. This is the process of a spot welding or a resistance welding. Now will you write its advantages, disadvantages and applications? What are the advantages? काय सांगतील advantage? Whether it requires any filler material, लागतंय का काय filler material असं काही इथं? Is it required to use some filler material? जसं आपण आर्क वेल्डिंग मध्ये बघितलं, त्याला तुम्हाला वेल्डिंग रॉड म्हणजे त्याला फिलर मेटल म्हणून यूज करता तुम्ही, तसे तर काय लागतंय का? नाही. Is it advantage or disadvantage? Advantage, right? It doesn't require any filler material, next. आता इथं स्किल ऑपरेटरची गरज आहे का? Is it required to go for skilled operator here? जसं आर्क वेल्डिंग मध्ये लागते तसं इथं लागतंय का? नाही ना, काय गरज आहे? सिम्पली वी हॅव टू अप्लाय प्रेशर ना, हायड्रोलिक प्रेशर. सी इथं अशा दोन प्लेट्स तुम्ही ठेवल्या आणि त्याच्यावर इलेक्ट्रोडचं प्रेशर अप्लाय केलं, त्याचं तुमचं स्टँडर्ड इथं गेजेस ठरले असतात, प्रेशर किती अप्लाय करायचं वगैरे. असं म्हणजे कोण काय आपले ताकद लावणार नाही प्रेशर लावण्यासाठी, ठरलेलं आहे बाबा दिस मच प्रेशर शुड बी अप्लाय, म्हणजे जे इनिशियल सेटिंग केलं असतं ना प्रेशरचं किंवा काय, दॅट इज स्टँडर्डाइज. मग तेवढं प्रेशर तुम्ही अप्लाय केल्यानंतर तेवढ्या त्याला जी काही प्लेटची थिकनेस आहे त्यानुसार ते डिझाईन ठरलेलं असतं. ओनली वी हॅव टू अप्लाय मेकॅनिकली. whenever the work will be completed, we have to release the pressure. So I feel that it doesn't require any skilled operator as such like a arc welding. त्यामुळे तो एक हा advantage तुम्हाला म्हणता येईल. It doesn't require any skilled operator. It doesn't require any, किंवा असं म्हणा, it doesn't require much skill. ते जास्त अजून स्पेसिफिक आहे. म्हणजे अर्थ असा होत नाही की काय स्किलची गरज नाही. It doesn't require much skill to complete the resistance welding. It doesn't require much skill to complete the resistance welding. To complete the resistance welding. अजून काय सांगता येईल? very small thickness parts can be joined. आर्क वेल्डिंग करता येईल का तुम्हाला? नाही जळणार, ते लगी पटकन जळून जाईल. दोन तुमचे बारके बारके एकदम तुकडे मेटल पीसेस 2 mm चे वगैरे. So in arc welding there are less chances to join. So it is possible by using resistance welding. So you can mention this point as advantage. Very small thickness parts can be joined. Very small thickness parts can be joined. Yes. It is not harmful. It is not harmful to the human. Okay. The next disadvantages. It is not portable because it is heavy. As it is heavy, so it is not portable. We can say it is not portable. It is not portable. It is not portable in bracket as it is heavy. As it is heavy. Bracket complete. Second, higher cost is higher. Higher cost. Okay, हे असले काही कॉमन ऍडव्हान्टेज समज असतील लक्षात ठेव. नॉर्मली परीक्षेमध्ये आपल्याला सहज मार्क मिळून देतात. त्यामुळे कधी काय नाही आलं ना असले ऍडव्हान्टेज लिहून टाकायचे मार्क मिळत असतात. कॉस्ट, सेटअप कॉस्ट, मेंटेनन्स हे कॉमन पॉइंट आहेत. हाय कॉस्ट. अजून काय डिसएडव्हान्टेज आहे? यू कॅन कम्पेअर विथ आर्क वेल्डिंग. आर्क वेल्डिंग शी कम्पेअर करून कसं डिसएडव्हान्टेज लिहिता येईल? मध्ये काय सांगता येईल? गल साइड. It takes time to complete the welding. It takes time to complete the welding. It takes time to complete the welding. It is आता एक जण सांगितले the point. Why you are not putting it on the chat only? You just tell na, share it. Suesh, roll number 56. Roll number 56. Please make your microphone on and then you tell na.
Spot welding is difficult to use for thicker metals.
Correct. Spot welding is difficult to use for the thicker material. If thickness of the metal is larger, more, in that case it is not suitable. No. So what are the resistance welding method is not suitable for highly thick materials. जे काही मटेरियल तुम्ही यूज करणार आहे त्याचं थिकनेस समजा 10 mm 15 mm असेल, it is not suitable at all. It is applicable only for small thickness parts. Good point. Right? काय लिहिलं? Disadvantage. It is difficult to use for the thicker materials. For metals. It is difficult to use for thicker metals. Okay. The last point, applications. It is used in manufacturing automobiles, refrigerators, etc. etc. Okay. So these are the some advantages and disadvantages in the application of a spot welding. Okay. So we'll stop here. Please give your attendance. Roll number 1.
Present, sir.
1 present or absent? Roll number 1.
Present, sir.
2,
Present, sir.
3. Roll number 3. 4. Roll number 4 is there. 5, 6. Roll number 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll number 10. 11, 12, 13. Roll number 13.
Present,
13
sir.
present.
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay, noted. 14. Roll number 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
Present, sir.
23,
Present, sir.
24, 25,
Sir.
26,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28, 28,
Present, sir.
29,
Present, sir.
30,
Present, sir.
31, 32,
Present, sir.
33, 33, 34, 34, 35,
Present, sir.
36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42,
Yes, sir.
43,
Yes, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45,
Present, sir.
46,
Present, sir.
47, 48,
Present, sir.
49,
Present, sir.
50, 51, 51, 52,
Present, sir.
53, 54,
Present, sir.
54, 55,
Present, sir.
56,
Present, sir.
57,
Present, sir.
58, 58, 59, 59. Okay, I will repeat absent numbers. Roll number 3, 6, 7, 10, 14, 18, 33, 34, 40, 41, 51, 54. Anyone?
41.
54, sir.
Hello?
23 present, sir.
The 23 already I have marked present. No?
54 present, sir.
40,
54.
54 present. Okay. 51, 58, and 59. These are absent.
Hello, sir. 41 present.
Okay, 41 present. Okay, I will conclude the meeting here. Thank you very much.